Yo, what is up, guys? It is your boy Mark Hill back with another video. Today we gotta talk about something that I have been waiting for my whole eternity on YouTube. Anthony Joshua gets TKO'd by Andy Ruiz Jr. This is a breath of fresh air, because now we can finally see some action. We can finally see good fighters fight each other instead of everybody ducking each other like Anthony Joshua. This is exactly what happens when you cherry pick, right? This is the definition of cherry picking. You get knocked out. This is the exact reason why you don't cherry pick. Because you go against some dude that's underrated and you get TKO'd and you think you're the man. No, you get TKO'd. That's exactly what happened this fight. And, oh yeah, obviously, Andy Ruiz TKO'd Anthony Joshua yesterday. And, what do I gotta say about this? So I looked back at the fight multiple times, and Anthony Joshua just went out there thinking that he was the man and he was just gonna knock this guy out. And don't get me wrong, he had a very high chance of knocking this guy out. But it's all about confidence. When you come out, it's all about confidence. When you come out, right? When you come out and you basically think you're the man and you're not going to be stopped, like Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas, you're going to lose. I'm sorry, I don't care who you're fighting. If the fighter has better confidence than you do, a better balance of confidence than you do, then you are going to lose. You cannot think like that because you do not know what will happen in that ring. You cannot think like that as a fighter, right? You cannot think like that. And you know what? You know what exactly happened? You got knocked out by Andy Ruiz Jr. And not saying that's bad or anything. Andy Ruiz is a great puncher. One of the hardest punchers in the heavyweight division right now, right? Heavyweight champ, now unified heavyweight champ. It could have literally went to anybody else. Yeah, of course Andy Ruiz deserved it. He really slimmed down for this fight, man. He just put in more effort in the off season. In the off season and in the fight than Anthony Joshua did. Anthony Joshua just thought he could get an easy win, easy knockout win. But that wasn't going to happen against these tough guys. You got to understand about these Mexicans. They are tough, right? And I don't think you even prepared for anything. I think you just came out there. I don't even think you trained. Because how do you get tired in the 7th round, my guy? Really? Come on. Wilder doesn't even do cardio, and he still did it past 12 rounds. He still knocked down Fury in the 12th round. Well, because that's just Wilder. He's just an athlete, right? But you knocked down Andy Ruiz once. And that was early, too. You couldn't just keep up that momentum. But here's the thing, though. What I don't understand. He was fighting pretty well at the start of the fight. And then, increasingly during the fight, he starts putting his hands down. He doesn't start throwing sloppily. He doesn't throw sloppily, right? You know, he throws pretty good punches, right? They're not sloppy. He throws pretty good punches, but the problem is he keeps his hands down, and he doesn't try to block any shots with his hands or nothing. And that's a problem. That's a problem that you're going to have. Because when you have a hard puncher and you... I'd say Andy Ruiz is a harder puncher than you. When you got a harder puncher than you want to keep your hands up 24/7. Because you don't know what he's going to do. Even when you're punching, you gotta keep that non-punching hand up always. Just to make sure that the guy doesn't hit you with a clean punch to the chin and knocks you out. Right? So, all I gotta say about this, man, good job by Andy Ruiz. Good job by... awful fight by Anthony Joshua. It was a good fight. It was a very good fight. But Anthony Joshua was not 100% during that fight. He was not 100%. And I don't want to see a rematch. It wasn't a fluke win. Andy Ruiz TKO'd him with style and with finesse. He was just a better fighter that fight, and I think, I don't know, man. I don't know about a rematch. I don't like a rematch. I don't like the whole entire rematch clause. I don't like that. Right? You lost fair and square. It was not a split decision win. He TKO'd you with finesse. He was going to win anyways, probably by unanimous decision, because you were terrible out there. That was a terrible fight. That was awful. So yeah, that's all I had to say about it. Andy Ruiz as unified champ. Just think about it. First Mexican heavyweight champ in the world. And he's already the unified champ. That's crazy. And I've been telling people, man, they are really overhyping this man, Anthony Joshua. Really, who has he fought? He does not have the best track record. He doesn't. Tyson Fury has easily the best track record. But I think right now, I'm going to have to give the number one to Wilder, man. He went out here, he knocked out Brazil first round. Anthony Joshua couldn't even do it until the 7th round. I have to give it to Wilder. I would like to see Ruiz versus Wilder. That would be a great fight. That would be a great fight. Because you got Ruiz. Ruiz is a very tough fighter. Very hard chin. He was getting hit with some good shots during that fight. And he just stayed up. Because he is just the man, right? So you got two colossals going against each other. That would be a great fight. I don't want to see another Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz rematch. I don't want to see that. I don't like rematches. I don't like them. Unless if they're robberies, I don't want to see them. I don't care. You lost. No, sorry. I don't care about rematches. I don't care about immediate rematches. Because it's stupid. You lost fair and square, dog. You need to fight. You need to fight somebody else to get another chance. You can't just fight the champ again. It's whack. That is stupid. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out has better logic than dazn. Why are you giving Anthony Joshua another chance against the champ when he lost easily? He easily lost. By far. I went and saw that fight 5 times. Over and over again. He lost. He lost fair and square. It was the most easiest. It was the easiest loss I've seen Anthony Joshua get, because obviously that's his first loss. And it's crazy. You need to work on your cardio. That cardio is killing you. You can say whatever you want about Wilder. Wilder made it 12 rounds. You didn't. You didn't sign the contract, but you want to sign the contract against Andy Ruiz. Because I was reading something, and it was like after the fight, dazn and whatever, they wrote up a contract for the rematch clause, and it's going to be later this year, which is highly unlikely. Actually, no, it's not that highly unlikely. They have months to go in the off season and do what they gotta do. So, what do I think about the next fight? Right? Let's say they have a rematch, which will be a travesty because I want to see Andy Ruiz fight Wilder. I do. I don't want to see him fight Tyson Fury. I want to see him fight Wilder. It'll be an easier fight to set up, and it will finally crown the real heavyweight champ of the world, Wilder, the real champ. He will be crowned as king, as the undisputed. He is the undisputed, non-doubt heavyweight champion of the world. He is the best. He is the best champ in the world. He is the best champion in the heavyweight division right now. He has backed up all of his words that he's been saying. He has a great chin. Hasn't been knocked down in a single fight. Right? Hasn't been knocked down a single fight. And he is just the man. He is the man. I think Wilder deserves a fight for the belt. I think Wilder deserves a fight for the belt than Anthony Joshua, because Wilder just has been going on a tear right now, and he deserves a fight against a better puncher than Anthony Joshua. I don't think Anthony Joshua deserves a fight for the title right now. I think he should go back, fight Dillian White again, fight all those guys again, and then be like, here, I want to fight for the title, right? I want to fight for the belt, right? Before you ask for another rematch, how about you go, right? How about you go? You know what? I never cared about an Anthony Joshua versus Wilder fight, because it wasn't ever going to happen with a guy like Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua does not want the smoke. We already know this. Anthony Joshua does not want the smoke. He does not want to fight a guy like Wilder. He will get knocked out just like he did against Andy Ruiz. I feel like he will get knocked out even worse, because if he keeps putting those hands down, he will get a Wilder will get a body on his record. He will get another dastardly KO against Anthony Joshua. I don't want to see another rematch, because I do think Andy Ruiz would lose a rematch. I don't think it was an upset. I just think Anthony Joshua wasn't ready, right? He wasn't ready for a guy like Andy Ruiz. For some reason. I don't know why. I don't know how a rematch would look, right? I don't know how a rematch would look, because I don't know. I just don't know. But I can tell you this. I don't want to see another rematch. I don't want to see another rematch. I hope it never happens. I just hope to God that we get a fight with Wilder versus Andy Ruiz before anybody takes any belts. I want to see Wilder versus Ruiz Jr. Not later this year, but maybe early 2020. Maybe later this year. Who knows? Maybe. Because I would love to see it later this year. Maybe August. Not September, but August. August, July. July's a little bit too close, though. Maybe August or September. August, I wouldn't, no. August or December I'm looking at. But that's a big step. I would love to see it later this year, though. I would love to see Wilder fight again. I would love to see Andy Ruiz fight again. Live again. Because he put on a show against Joshua. Joshua did not look like Joshua. And that's what happens when you fight a guy like Andy Ruiz. And I hope the best for Anthony Joshua. Honestly, I didn't think he was that great. But, yeah, that's it. Make sure you guys go watch my podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everything. It's literally on everything. It's on Stitcher, Spotify. Make sure you go subscribe to my podcast at Gentleman's Club with a capital G. And I will see you guys later.